Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Kaito here, and welcome back to another another episode of Kaito Talks. And yeah, unfortunately, this isn't an unboxing video. I haven't done an unboxing video in a while, and if you don't know why, I uploaded a video. When did I upload it? I think I uploaded it on Saturday. No, yesterday was Saturday. I don't think I uploaded it. I might have uploaded it yesterday. I don't even remember. But I uploaded a video saying why I haven't, like, where I've been, why I haven't uploaded in a while. Go watch that for why I haven't done any unboxing. Long story short, I'm saving up. I'm stocking up on supplies before I do more unboxings. So in the meantime, I'm just doing some other stuff, mainly Kaito talks. I just talk about stuff that's been on my mind. So in this episode, we're gonna talk about why my three favorite light novels are my top three favorite light novels. And now, because they're my top three favorite light novels, that does not mean that I don't have a number one, my favorite light novel, or this is my second and this is my third. Like, I like the three light novels that I'm going to show in a minute. I like them all, both, all three. I don't know why I said both. I like the three of them equally. So, like, as soon as they're out, buy it, read it, and then I and then I'm sad until the next one comes out. And I actually forgot something. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So, before I get into talking about my three favorite light novels, I am going to talk about something else. I recorded a video of me talking about the light novels that I'm working on. And again, I recorded a video of it. So, long story short, I'm talking about the 5 light novels that I'm working on. And the Forgotten Knights, the Protectors, the Otherworldly Mercenary, the Joker, and the Fallen Hero. And those names are pending. Again, I go more into about it in that video. But it ended up being over an hour long. And I did not mean for it to go over an hour long. There's just so much for me to talk about. So I'm going to be trying to edit that one and put some images like on the screen. You know, you'll see some arts when I'm talking about them and stuff like that. Hopefully I will get that up this week. I hope. Like I said, it's over an hour long, and I hope I can get that done in time. So, yeah. But there's something I didn't talk about in that. I had a hair in my tongue or my mouth. But there's something I didn't talk about in that, in my talking about light novels, and that was why, like, or what I started, why I started it, how I started it, and that's not super long, so I'll go over it here. So mainly, I am a harem like author. So like when I write a book, I mostly try to focus like on harem aspect of it. So yes, all 5 of them are harem. Yeah, I didn't say that in the other one, but the reason why I did that is because when I was younger, there was something that always made me mad, and that was harem with the super dense male protagonist. It drove me crazy. Like, it was just like, dude, like, she's throwing obvious signs, right? But you know, like, I could overlook that because, you know, like, it's supposed to, if it's more like a comedy aspect. I don't like it, but I could put up with it. Another thing about harem things that I didn't like is forced harems. And what I mean by that is a girl falls in love with the guy just because. And one of the best examples I could think of, and again, I'm not, and not really against, since I haven't said this, but I'm not throwing shade at the author or any other authors that are similar. You know, I'm not throwing shade at them. Just my personal taste, right? Like, like, it's like saying I hate pickles, you know, but someone else loves pickles. You know, like, it's all right. You know, we all have our different tastes. I respect the respective authors and all that stuff. So I'm not throwing shade or anything, but There's two that come to mind: Sword Art Online and Infinite I can't pronounce that, the S word. But I not to be fair, I never read the light novels. I've just seen the anime adaptation, and so my bias could be unjustified. Maybe like in the light novels, if Infinite Stratos has a light novel, I don't know if it does. I believe Sword Art Online is a light novel, but anyways, but okay, so like in Sword Art Online, I can understand Asuna, and I can understand Kirito's his cousin. I believe that's what she was. I can understand them loving him, right? Like they've had some time to bond. What I don't understand was the others like falling in love with them just after like one mission. I don't remember their names because I only seen the first two seasons of Sword Art Online, and then I'm just like, not for me. It was the pink-haired blacksmith girl, that dragon tamer girl, and others I can't think of like off the top of my head. Like they're just like, oh, Kirito, we went on one mission. Oh, I love you, right? Like I didn't understand that, and I might be blowing that out of proportion. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it. And for Infinite Stratos, I like it more than Sword Art Online, but I still like just all the girls that are falling for him just because he was the only guy that could pilot something, like a pilot a mecha when it was only girls who are also supposed to be able to pilot it. If you haven't seen Infinite Stratos, basically it's these robots were created and only women could drive it. Well, I forgot the guy's name. I haven't seen Infinite Stratos in a while, but he's the only guy who could control it. So he goes to an all-girls school, and they just fall in love with them. Classic trope in anime. I understand it, but it's like just another example. Just he's there. We fought. The best example is that British chick. I think she's British. I don't even remember. The one with the blue mecha. She might be French. I don't know. Or no, what Charlotte? No, I'm not talking about Charlotte, or whatever her name was. I'm not talking about her. That's a later. That's a later one. But this other, like one of the first people he fights, I think she lost or something, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm head over heels for you now." Like that was quick. But so those are stuff that I never liked about harems. Just the quick falling in love just for no reason and a dense protagonist. So that's why I try to when I do my work, not all the girls fall in love with the main character off the bat. Like a perfect example would be Kai and Anna. They've been together for 2 years, and yes, it is evident that Anna does love Kai, and vice versa. You'll see that especially more later on when they're. Why can't I whistle? Moments, but when it first started off, like you get some backstory with Kai and Anna. Kai was a pain in the butt. And Anna, she just didn't have nowhere to go, so she stayed with him. And, at first she didn't really like him, but he was just the only one that was there, right? So, it built over time. So they ended up falling in love over time. So it wasn't just like, oh, you saved me, now I'm giving you my body. Like it's not nothing like that. But anyways, and yeah, so that's just why I started writing, and that's why I just wanted to do that. That lasted 8 minutes. I meant for it to be shorter. But anyways, so let's get on to my 3 favorite light novels that I love to read. Now, disclaimer? Question mark? 2 of the light novels out of the 3 have anime adaptations. One of them I do not like. I watched it because it's my favorite light novel, but I do not like it all that much. And one of them has the season 2. The other one finished a while ago, and there might potential for season 2, but we'll get into that later. The other one does not have a light novel, does not have an anime adaptation. But actually, I talked about a dense protagonist, and one of the light novels in my top 3 does kind of have a dense protagonist, but I'll get into that later. And again, it's nothing that I just hate it to hate it. Like I don't know. Don't call me a hypocrite, please. I'll just go into it. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab the first one that I read. Here we go. Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest. And it is a story written by Ryu Shirakome, and it's illustrated by Takayaki. Takayaki, isn't that like whatever. So I'll read the back for it. 17-year-old Hajime Nagumo is your average everyday otaku. However, his simple life of pulling all-nighters and sleeping in school is suddenly turned upside down when he, along with the rest of his class, is summoned to a fantasy world. While the rest of his class is blessed with godlike powers and tasked with saving the human race from extinction, Hajime's job, a synergist, only has a single transmutation skill. Will he be able to survive in this dangerous world of monsters and demons with nothing but a glorified blacksmith level of strength? So, and it's by Novel Club, 7 Seas Entertainment LLC. So if you want to get your own. So, what I like about this one is this is kind of similar to what I'm working on. So, the main character, I feel like he earns his harems in this one, which that's what kind of I'm doing, right? Like, you earn your harem. Don't just get it, right? Just because you're the main character. So, without spoiling too much, it's about a guy who, again, like it read in the back, his classmates get godlike skills, but he gets like a blacksmith level skills. They go out on an adventure and something happens and he's left alone to fend for himself. Well, he ends up getting stronger and he ends up saving this girl and they end up falling in love. And in this one, look how big it is just to start off. And you know what's crazy? Five chapters. It only has 5 chapters. Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A very prologue-ish epilogue. An extra chapter, a bonus story, and an afterword. Over 400 pages. And only has 5. And it's this thick. And I do love the art. A Takayaki. I'll get a random art. I do love it. Oh. I don't think I can show that one. Let me go off screen. Good art. Can't find a good art. Here's a decent art. Yeah, see? Good art. And then here's, you have jobs right here. Your job, your age, male, your level 17, strength, and all this other sort of skills. I do like his manga version better. He doesn't have his hair like that. It's more rugged. But he looks buff. Look at him. Anyways. This has an anime adaptation. This is the one that I said I don't like it. Because this has 2 seasons going on right now. The second season is about to end. I think the next episode's the ending. The reason why I don't like the anime. Season 1 has, I believe, 13 episodes. This is what they adapted into 13 episodes. This is what they adapted into 13 episodes. Over 4 inches of paper into 13 episodes. Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bible thick light novels into 13 episodes. It's the main reason why I don't like it. They skipped a lot of content. And I do mean a lot of content. And, it's fine. Like, when I explain light novels to people or anime in general, when they like when like when people tell me, hey, explain anime to me, so I can understand it, or like I try to not like a specific anime. I'll tell them, okay, look, so this is how it works. This is not every anime ever. This is mostly a majority of the anime, and mostly it's not the popular stuff. Like, this does not apply to Pokemon. This does not apply to Dragon Ball Z. This does not apply to Gundam. At least I don't think it applies to Gundam. But anyways, so anime usually starts off with something called a web novel. And a web novel, you think of it as like a hobby that the authors do. Then they'll usually either, I don't think they self-publish. I think they work with the company and they publish the light novel. The light novel is the main source. This is the actual source. So if you want beautiful. But if you want to read it for like with the source with all the context, light novel, in my opinion. A manga will be like the summary version of the light novel, with some stuff changed sometimes. Not like a manga won't perfectly adaptate the light novel. Sometimes they'll even leave stuff out. So manga is like the summary of the light novel, and the anime is a summary of the manga or the light novel. Sometimes they'll do both. So that's the best way to explain it to somebody. Then here is Bunny Girl. And then here she is again. I'm not going to spoil what she is. But there's Nagumo. Hajime. And there's the girl in the back of the volume 1. And there she is again. Same girl. But another thing I love about this one is the main character is not dense. Again, he earns his harem and he's not dense. At the end of this volume, they had relationships. They hugged each other, if you know what I mean, right? And he's consistent. Like, he knows his harem, and it is harem also. He knows that some members of his harem love him. And whether, I'm not going to spoil it, you can read it, but, he isn't dense. He knows that they love him too. But that's just what I'm going to say. So he ain't afraid of getting in there, if you know what I mean. Okay, so there's that one. Second one. Seirei Spirit Chronicles. This is actually smaller than... But it contains volumes 1 and 2. So when I first got... All right, so I read the visual... Not the visual novel. I was recommended this when I was reading this on my Kindle device. And at the end, it recommended me saying, if you like that, you might like Seirei Spirit Chronicles. So I tried volume 1. I liked it, and I actually got addicted to it. I was disappointed when I found out they didn't have a physical copy, And when I did find out that they had a physical copy, I bought it. Now, the only one they have is this omnibus versions, which contain the first 2 light novels, which I don't like. I wanted to contain, like, even if they were smaller, like half of it. Let's say half of it. Even if it was that big, I would have still bought it. So, I don't know. That's the only thing I don't like, is that this is, like, I like to buy the volume. So this is technically, even though it says 1, it's kind of volume 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. But anyways, I still like it. And I'm glad that they did have a physical copy, because I like physical copies. And, yeah. So, at that time, why I like it. At the time reading this, they did something different. So, it's a reverse isekai. So, you get hit by Truck-kun and you get teleported to another world. You got your body, you haven't aged. Like, you're in the same body, sometimes younger, sometimes different, depending on the isekai. And depending on the isekai, you've got, like, you switch genders. And again, depending on the isekai, you got younger, you got older, or whatever. But sometimes you're even a different creature altogether. Maybe you might be a slime or something. But in this one, it's different from the isekais I've seen at that time. So when he got isekai'd, he woke up in the body of a 7-year-old Haruto. He woke up in the body of a 7-year-old named Rio. Now, Rio, Rio. Oh, and I forgot to say the artist is Yuki Kitayama, and the illustration is by Riv. So something that they did different that I found different at the time. Maybe others have done it, but I haven't read them. Rio had memories of growing up as the 7-year-old Rio or Haruto. Right? No, Haruto was the one that died and got isekai into the body of Rio, 7-year-old. When that happened, Rio woke up with the memories of Haruto, and he's confused. Like, he doesn't know if it's just memories that he woke up with or if he himself is Haruto. And I thought that was unique and different. Usually, you've been isekai. He didn't, because he still had the memories of living with his mom growing up as Rio. So that was different. So it's like you right now, you woke up with the memories of someone completely different. You don't know if you were isekai'd or if they're just memories from that just happen to pop into your head. So that's what I liked about this. It's like mostly he's confused because he's 7 years old, but yet he has memories and experience of the whole life, like the whole life. So he knows the whole life of Haruto from being young to when he died at 21 years old. So that was kind of unique. He is not really a dense protagonist. He knows some characters like him, not all of them. He knows some of them do. But the thing I do like about him, and this is another complaint I had about harem protagonists, if you don't want to be with the girl, have a reason to. It could be as simple as, I just don't feel like having that kind of relationship, right? It could be that simple. Just have a reason why he doesn't pursue it. It's just not to be dumb. Just like, oh, I don't know. She, like, a girl's opening her like showing off her underwear, right? I don't know if I could say the P word. I feel so innocent. Oh my gosh. No, but like, she's flapping her skirt up and the guy's just like, I wonder if she's trying to tell me something. Right? Like, take that off. Just give him a reason why he doesn't want to go after her. I just don't want a physical relationship. That's what Haruto does. He knows some of the characters like him, and he just tells them he doesn't know if he deserves having a physical relationship. How about that? He doesn't know if he does it, if he should, basically he gives a reason why not to date any of his harem members. But give it a read if you want to go more into detail. I highly recommend it. I love it. Action, harem, adventure, magic. I didn't do that for Arifureta, but let me find a good art. I also like the art. Really good art, actually. Riv is really, really impressive. Like, one of my dreams is to have these artists make if I could have them make an art of me. That'd be one of my dreams. Here, I'll do this one. There's Haruto or Rio. There's a princess, and there's Haruto fighting off a minotaur. I like this book. One of my top 3s. Last but not least, The World's Strongest Rearguard, Labyrinth Country's Novel Seekers. It is told by the author named Towa. I don't know if it's male or female. I want to say female. But it's illustrated by Huuka Kazabana. And the art in this one is actually unique. I'm sure other light novels have like a similar kind of art style kind of thing, but in my collection, this is the first one I have. And I'll start off with the art. I can't show that. That's a naked scene. I could probably show that, but it's a question mark. I don't feel like that one does it justice. No, not that it doesn't do it justice. Just that's too dark. Like, here, this one. It looks like it's done by pencil. So it doesn't look. It could be digital art still, but the others, how you see it. It looks more. Like it looks more digital, right? This one looks more like if it's made with pencil. Now, this is the only light novel I have that does this. And again, others could probably do the same, but I don't know. And this is the only one that I have. Okay, so this one has a dense protagonist. Like I said, something I don't really like. His harem members are basically throwing themselves onto him sometimes, not all the time. Okay, not really sometimes. They don't really throw themselves, but they give obvious hints that they like him. But he doesn't really have a good reason. He has a good reason for himself. And it's comedy again. I don't like it, but I can understand it, and it's haha. But to him, he works at a black company. I think it was a black company. I don't. He's a corporate slave compared. That's what he calls himself. And this is his former boss. He is like almost. I think it was 31 or something, and she's like 26, and she was his boss, and she always pushed him around and all this stuff. And he always just felt like he wasn't worthy. And then they got isekai'd. And then now they're in this Labyrinth city. Think of a video game, a dungeon video game. And and now he's the leader. He recruits his former boss, which they didn't actually get along at first. Well, he didn't recruit him right. He didn't recruit her right away. She went on her own because she was like embarrassed to invite him. You can read it again for yourself. This is a mercenary for hire, and this is a high-level girl that went back to like the starting area to look for a party. Again, I don't want to spoil it too much, but he, like, when the girls are like flirting with him or whatever, he kind of like tells himself that, you know, they can't be. They're not. You know, they're young. They're beautiful. They're not attracted to him. That's like what he tells himself. They're not attracted to me. Nah, I'm just overreacting, right? Like that's what he's telling himself, that he's overreacting. That it's not that they're not flirting with him. He's just reading too much into it, even though they are flirting with him. But the reason why I like this, when you start off, it's like your typical isekai anime or light novel in this case. You get teleported to a dungeon-like city. You go into dungeons. You fill out a piece of paper. You know, your name, what kind of position you want, or like what kind of job you want. So in this case, he's a rear guard, and she chose the job Valkyrie. I'll give you that. And you know, then they go, okay, well, here's a starter level dungeon. Go in there. They tell you, okay, be careful of the named monsters. The named monsters are like the boss of every floor. So when you get in there, quickly you learn this is not a kid-friendly game that they're playing. You know, like they died. They got isekai. They know they died. They go into a dungeon. You know, us will probably think of, oh, okay, Legend of Zelda. This is Elder Ring in a book, or Dark Souls in a book. These monsters are hard to fight. And here's the thing. Volume 1, they run into a named monster. It's a rat, a big fat rat. And they almost died. Starting a starting dungeon, and they almost died. I think he even saw someone die to a named monster, and it was a fat rat. Yes, you got that right. A fat rat almost wiped out. She was badly injured. I think he got out okay with just minor injuries. I don't think she fought. I believe she did fight. I don't remember. Don't quote me on this. Read it. Enjoy it. Love it. The only complaint I have about this, well, off the top of my head, I don't really have a complaint, really. But in Volume 6, in Volume 5, and Volume 6, there is a team who I wish they brought with them to the next area. Hold up, I gotta take a drink. Okay, so how this starts off. They died, they go to the city. They start in floor level 8. The point of this, like, they have, the higher level you get, the stronger you become, the lower or whatever, you go from floor 8 to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, with 1 being like the best of the best. They need to go to floor level 5 because of her. She came to floor number 8, the beginning area, to recruit a party to help her with something on floor level 5. Floor level 5, the monsters are in level 12 or plus. They're not even level 1. I think by the end, let me see what level they're at by the end of this. I'm not going to show it. Beautiful. Okay, I think I didn't see it, but this is already going on 3 minutes. I think by the end of this, they're in level 1. Not level 1. I think they're level 2 or level 3 by the end of this one. But in volume number 7, they reach floor level 5, and they also need to be on. They also need to reach floor number 3 for her. I'm not going to spoil it. Read it. You'll find out why. There's also something that I'm wondering. Something happens at nighttime with his harem members. And I'm trying not to leave my head into that area, you know, where something yabai is happening. But I can't stop it. Like, it could be something innocent. Like, oh, they're just, I don't know. Read it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Nighttime. I'm trying not to think that something yabai is happening, but every time they're talking about it, it feels like something yabai happened, and the guy doesn't even know what's going on, and oh my god. Oh my god. Too much coughing. Yenon and J Novel. So, if you want to get these, highly recommend them. These are my top 3. Like I said, these were my top 3 favorite light novels. I have more light novels. I'll probably talk about them in a different video, but these are my top 3 picks. So if you don't know what to read and you haven't read this, like maybe you saw the anime of this and you're like, man, I don't really like the anime, so maybe the light novel's not that good. It's good, trust me. I'll even give you one more art right there. Bam, read it. Good. And it might not be good for you. It's good for me, but maybe not be good for you. But anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what it's going to be yet.